Mga abangers, sarap ng bogchi namin. Kapusugan ay nakaidik lang sandali. Ito na inaabangan nyo. Welcome to another episode of the Quiver podcast. Thanks for listening, guys. Copying the greeting from one of our favorite UAP benefactors. Kahit in denial yung school na sinusupport yan na siya yung benefactor nila. Listening. So much spice to start the episode. I'm Kiko. Thanks for joining us today. Joined by Brian. Say hello.
Hello.
Hello. And Vic. Hi ka sa mga abangers natin.
Good evening, abangers! Good evening, abangers!
Abangers, huwag nyo kami isuspend. Abangers, wala nang pakilala.
Good evening, abangers! Good evening!
So guys, welcome to our episode. And today we'll be discussing this news about a possible new commissioner for the basketball tournament in the UAP. So we'll be looking into that. And talk about, if UAE said, we're not going to hire this commissioner, we're going to hire the guys from the Quiver podcast, what rules will we implement in the UAP men's basketball tournament? So we'll be going through that. Let us know your thoughts. What rules will you implement if you were part of the UAP basketball commissioner team? All right, guys, first to the news. The rumor now is in news outlets that the incoming season will be hosted by USC. They'll actually taking over from Xavier Nunez will be Jai Reyes, of course, well known to us before his time as Asia Basket Commissioner. He was, of course, Antonio Blue Eagle in the UAP, faced up against some of those teams in the 2007, 2008. Also, he was also a player in the PBA, even played overseas for a year. Aside from making us feel a bit old that Jerry is now the commissioner of the UAP, taking over from Xavier Nunez, who had some connection to UP, to Bo Parasol being a former player. How do you feel about first Brian, about Jairi as possibly being the next commissioner of the UP men's basketball tournament and women's tournament?
Let's just look at how he at least transformed the Asia Basket competition. I think it's promising. No biases. Putting aside the biases. But syempre, we can't help sometimes we think na, maybe for some cases. Let's hope na hindi naman. I think Jai should be professional enough to handle it. Siguro, fortunately, comes at a time that Ateneo is not at the forefront of challenging something just yet. Sabi nila they could, let's see. But it's promising, just the first impression. And let's see how he does it. Because Asia Basket is easy to handle kasi walang limelight, walang spotlight pressure, decision making. UAP is a different animal. And we all know that in the UAP, ang malleable ng rules, it's practically guidelines at this point. And almost every season, it changes into some kind. Like, it's hard to say that what happened last season can be followed the following season. And laging meron.
No precedent.
It evolves. Yeah, no precedent. Kung ano lang yung napag-usapan sa board meeting with the commissioner, usually yun na yan by the start of the season. So, I think Vic can shed more light to that when it comes to the women's segments.
Yeah, and the thing with Jai is, he's really earned this spot. It's not really kind of a nepo hire or anything. I think he did well in that Asia Basket, bringing that league. Phil Basket, now Asia Basket, bringing that league to where it is today. How about you, Vic? Are you confident in terms of Jai if he had any concerns being from Ateneo? Kaya maybe was he hired because parang lumakas sila? No, I'm just kidding. But are there any concerns of, kailangan tulong or that kind of thing? What are your thoughts on that, Vic?
Basta ang ano lang dun, ang pinaka-objective is hindi mag-finish ng 8 sa season 88.
Yeah.
7.
Sure.
Championship. Baby steps.
Kailangan 7. Baka daw makatulong si Jai 7. 7 please, 7. Hindi, pero
Kaya naman siguro kami naman sa UE.
Yeah.
Hindi, pero Hindi, pero naman, kidding aside, tingin ko naman, with how he handled Asia Basket, I think, naman yan. Pero, ibang animal ang UAAP, so we'll see how he will handle that. Medyo too early to give judgment calls kung paano magpe-perform si Jai, pero ako I'm always at the side na let's give him a chance and then take it from there kung paano siya. So kasi hindi naman natin malalaman paano siya magiging gaano siya magiging ka-effective as a as a league commissioner kung hindi natin siya bibigyan ng chance na magtrabaho talaga on that role.
Yeah. There's no rule in UAP about a commissioner being from one of the member schools. It's not an issue. I think Jai showed he can be professional, like you guys said. So hopefully he can pull off the job. My bar is very low when it comes to Athenian commissioners. 2008, we had Chito Narvasa as our commissioner. That was not a fun time. I remember Franz Pumarian didn't have an ID during one of the games.
Yes.
So before the game started, they awarded
Technical
2 free throws. I'm saying there is no connection to what's happening on the basketball court. Why are you awarding free throws a non-basketball related accident? Sana or
diba?
Huwag na papasukin sa venue. No ID, no entry. Why do you give no free throws dahil ng ID, diba? Diba?
Tama.
And the previous game, I think it was Pido, if you're wrong, Pido didn't have ID as well. And it was selective implementation. And that was a rough 2008 finals. I won't go into that anymore of how the game was refereed. I would always tell the other guys that I think we would still have lost that finals, but it would have been a much closer series if it was officiated a bit more. What's the right word? Fairly, maybe a bit. Just had better officiating during that series. Okay, so let's see if it's confirmed. See if Jai Reyes will indeed be the next UAP commissioner. But guys, let's say I said UAP, then we don't need Jai. There's these guys on the Quiver podcast. They have some pretty good ideas.
Yeah.
What will hire them as commissioner? So I would like to welcome everyone to the first official session of the Quiver podcast commissioner planning session for us. What rules will we implement if we were commissioners in the UAP? So we have different categories. Mahabang agenda. We have a lot of agendas today.
Parang na lang. Maraming agenda.
Ano to, Kicks, mas mahaba pa sa articles of impeachment. Mas mahaba sa articles of impeachment. Mas mahaba.
Tapos may sarili tayong justice na makikinig.
Meron.
And this is out in the public. Kahit hindi unanimous, i-announce namin to. That's how it works here. Hindi kailangan unanimous.
Correct.
If you do not agree, magkita na tayo, boxing na lang tayo doon sa Rizal if you want. If that's how it's from now on. We're going to do boxing na lang sa Rizal.
Pa-set up natin sa kinauukulan kung sino man yung nagsaset up.
Diba?
Familiar face.
Okay, guys. Right. We'll go to different categories of different possible rules that we want to change. Give our thoughts and move on to the next topic. First, guys, basketball rules. Anything we will try to change within the rules of the game itself of basketball. PBA, implemented their 4-point shot. Other leagues, have a different special set of rules for how they play basketball. I'll just get out of the way. No, we will not take away free throws kahit gusto natin yun.
Bawal na nga sabihin. Free throw down.
Labas, inbound.
Kay Mike Phillips specifically, free throw down.
We cannot opt for a free throw. All right, let's start with you, Vic. Any basketball-related rules you would like to implement for UAP basketball, men's and women's basketball, if we were the commissioner?
Ako siguro, I'm taking inspiration from the now defunct NBA. Medyo na-miss ko to yung free three. Yan. Kung
I was always confused. Was it free three or three throw? I was always confused kung ano yung tamang term. It was free three.
Free three ang term ni NBA.
Free three. Okay.
Free three. So, pero kay NBA yata, I think may certain time lang kailan mo siya pwede magamit eh. Pero sa akin, what I do is buong game. kumbaga pwede ka mamili kung gusto mo magdalawang free throw o isang free three. O, di ba?
I think our 3-point percentage might be on par or higher than our free throw percentage. So at least for
Yes.
Lasal side,
Oo.
that's it. Isugayin na natin yun.
Baka, di ba? Baka eh. Baka mas helpful sa atin.
Well,
Pag
you know
free
those
three na lang.
situations, Vic, na the opponent trying to foul us to extend the game, just to make Mr. Free throws to hit a three. I think the three throwings na lang tayo pa rin eh. It just works out the odds work out better
diba?
for us in those situations.
Oo. Di ba?
How about you, Brian? Any basketball rules you would like to implement if you were the UAP commissioner?
Kung si Vic magte-take inspiration sa NBA, ako somewhere closer to Kiko, which is the NCAA sa US. Gusto ko makita yung dynamics ng game if it's a half instead of a 4 quarters. So like 2 halves instead of 4 quarters. Like, kasi diba, syempre, walang kang mandatory quarter break. So you will improvise not on your own and at the same time yung pace of play, like, mas mas high pace palalo. So paguran in that sense. Kasi pag may quarter break ka, din yun refresh. Like, it helps and harms momentum. It helps the players recover but at the same time harms momentum dun sa team na yun. So gusto ko lang makita yung dynamics. So not big of a change. I think we've seen it before din naman. But now, of course,
Yes, Bri.
4 quarters.
Yan ako lang, Kicks, isingit ko lang ng konti. Actually,
Go
sa
ahead.
UAP, we started implementing 4 quarters year 2000.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. Either
99 second half pa yun eh.
Either 2000 or 2001, if I recall it correctly, doon lang nag-start na mag 4 quarters si
Kaya mas
UAP.
impressive yung 4-peat natin, no? Kasi nagawa natin siya in the halves and the quarters.
In half and
Dito
4
lang
quarters. Yep.
Yeah, walang.
Pero okay yun. Mas actually sa akin mas type ko yung 2 halves eh.
Mas college yung feel, no? Vic, I think that's the thing eh. I think there's something about 2 halves that it makes it feel like more collegiate game, right? My question for that one, Vic, do you remember why we switched to the 4 quarter format? Was it to bring us close to FIBA rules at the time? What was the rationale? Do you remember?
FIBA.
Just to be close to FIBA rules. Yeah.
FIBA siya.
Yeah.
Kasi nag-switch si FIBA nag-switch from 2 halves of 20 minutes each to 4 quarters.
So you just
we were still selective, no? We didn't implement the goaltending rules in FIBA. Once it hits the basket.
Oo.
implement yan, no?
Alam ko, hindi ako sure, to be honest. Pero magandang tanong yan, Kicks. Hindi ko maalala kung if we are using yung FIBA na yung pagka nasa cylinder, pwede mong palabas yung bola. Pwede mo itap palabas yung bola.
Side note ko dyan, in relation to FIBA, naalala niyo yung controversial traveling interpretation before the FIBA break na nag-host tayo ng game?
Yeah.
When you're traveling, and then pagkatapos nung nag-host tayo ng game, inayos na nila yung call.
Puro traveling puro traveling na lahat.
Parang OA pala tayo.
Pinanood nila yung referee, ay, hindi pa pala travel yun. Siguro sila eager.
Yeah. But I think that's the thing. If we want to go full FIBA rules, might as well implement all FIBA rules. You can't be selective in what you want to implement. I guess that's one thing I want to say. Diba? We should do that. One thing I'd like to do is the 1-and-1 format in the US NCAA tournament. I'm not sure advantageous. So the worst is if it's a non-shooting foul, you get 2 shots. But if you miss the first free throw, it's a free foul. You can get a rebound. It's you don't take the second free throw. If you make the first then you have the second chance to die. So that's something I would like. That'll be fun. That'll change the dynamic a bit, make it a bit more exciting. Not sure again if it will help us or hurt us on the south side. But as UAP commissioners, we shall be impartial kahit paano. Right?
Yes.
Parang Kicks yata yun no? Pagka nag 6, 7, and 18 fouls ka yata eh. Parang yun.
Doon yung kick in. Yes.
Hindi yan hindi siya yung
hindi siya for the first 5 fouls.
Hindi, pati
throughout the
hindi
game.
siya hindi siya forever penalty situation. Parang
Yes,
yun nga,
correct.
pag 6, 7 and 8 lang. Then after that, balik ka
Ah,
na sa
after
And
that,
normal
balik na
na
sa usual.
yeah, but it turns out the 6, 7, 8 usually by the time you reach that stage of fouls, it's usually the crucial point of the game. Usually how the game
Yeah.
flows, the game rhythm. So usually those
Correct.
the
That's
crucial
when
free throws.
you,
Crucial
that's
possession
when you
siya, it
foul
turns
game.
out.
Yung foul game,
Yeah.
yung pag
Yep.
ano
Yeah.
ka.
Yeah, so see. Okay, so that's what we have for basketball rules. Let us know your thoughts. What any other basketball rules you'd like to implement in the UAP? Let us know in the comments. Second topic for the agenda for today, guys. UAP tournament format. Okay, so they play 14 games. Final four. Top two has twice to beat. We're saving the sweep rules for the next category, but it's a tournament format. Brian, anything you want to change
Okay.
to the tournament format?
Yeah. So this format is quite in my head for quite some time now. Taking inspiration from NBA play-in, Australia football, for those who are in the know. So instead of having the first and the fourth and the second and the third play each other, parang inisip ko, since blockbuster din naman usually na-affair yung first and second, make them play for an outright final spot and the loser will play the winner of the third and fourth. Para lang may konting dynamism. For example, let's say it's a Lasal Ateneo heyday ulit na peak. Or right now, Lasal UP, crowd roar, di ba? I think it will help the UAP then if let's say they will have at least 3 Lasal UP games na sure na like, they don't even have to wait for the finals na para magkaroon ng third meeting. And then pag umabot pa ng finals, it can be up to 6 Lasal UP games. So I think if someone from the UAP is listening, it's something that if Jai is listening, maybe he can introduce this. I don't know. If umabot man sa kanya to. That's something that's in my head. Kasi parang inisip ko, first and second, it's always a clash people will watch, regardless whoever's the top dogs. And at the same time, mas match sila. And then third, fourth, yun, medyo pareho din sila chasing. So ang iniisip ko is, the mechanics is the same. For the first and second teams, you still have to win just one. And for the third and fourth teams, you still have to win twice. Ang mangyayari lang is mag-iiba yung kalaban mo. So instead of having to beat the same opponent twice or having to avoid losing to the same opponent twice, you have to avoid different opponents. So parang mas equal siya na playoff format opportunity for
I guess what you're looking for, Bryce, more competitive games, right? Because instead of going
Yes.
1, 4, 2,
Yeah.
3, 1 and 2 play, there's more competitive. 3, 4 play, on paper, it's more competitive than 2. And whoever wins that plays the drop down loser.
Yeah.
In theory, that's more competitive. That's the idea. Okay, double
Yeah.
elimination format for the playoffs in the UAP. How about you, Vic? Do you agree with that? Do you have any suggestions in terms of the format?
Sa akin naman iba yung format na naisip ko, parang yung top 2 waiting ka na lang sa semis. And
Semis.
then bale yung 7 and 8 lang ang malaglag. So 3 versus 6 and 4 versus 5. Tapos yung 3 and 4 sila, twice to beat sila. So laban sila, and then whoever wins will face the number 1 and the number 2 team. Pwedeng yung 1 and 2 may twice to beat, o kung talagang pwede mo siyang gawin best of 3 din yung semis. 'Di ba? Para mas may chance lang ng upsets, for example.
Mas may games din.
Then after
Yeah,
that,
may opportunity din yung mga bus mababa.
Oh. Yeah, para pagdating mo ng finals, best of 3 din ulit na affair.
I like that too.
Okay. I will diverge a bit. I want to give more importance to the regular season in terms of the games, high stakes. So I'd like to keep it to the 1-1-4-2-3. For this one, I'll stick to the status quo to the tournament format for the final four. Yeah, so yeah, as you have 3 different opinions to present to the board or options to present to the board. Okay, next guys. Number 3. Sweep rules. So this has been a number of changes throughout the past years. I guess depende kung sino malakas. No, I'm kidding. But
Kung sino yung may kaya makasip.
2007, remember UE? We beat UE in the finals. There's a step ladder. 3 versus 4 versus number 2 would place number 2 that's twice to beat and place number 1 in the best of 3. Or we've had formats where, if I remember correctly, tries to beat yung automatic finalist, the number 1 seed had a tries to beat advantage. And we've also had situations where the current situation now where it's 3 versus 4, but there's no advantage for the number 2 seed, no twice to beat. It's more if you get an extra day's rest, then you face off the winner in the finals in the best of 3. All right, first, Brian, what are your thoughts? What do you think we should implement in terms of the sweep rules?
Well, given that what was discussed in the previous segment, iniisip ko din na, okay, maybe award the final spot dun sa number 1. Of course, that's a just reward for me. And then maybe number 2 and number 5 can square off, and then 3 and 4. So parang mag-root yung number 5 for the number 1 to sweep it in that case. Because I think, wala lang, just to spice it up. But if anything, mas gusto ko nito, kung yung sa prevailing naging rules ng UAP, mas gusto ko yung 2007 rule, mas straightforward siya. Kasi you still reward the number 2 at twice to beat incentive. Kasi syempre, may setting factor pa din yun eh. I think pwede mo lang siya i-disregard if tabla sila ng 3. Kasi wala nang playoff dapat yung 2 and 3 pag ganun. It's just more of number 2 winning over the other or better quotient than number 3. Yun na lang. Pero wala nang incentive. May less incentive lang for number 3 kasi kailangan nyo talunin yung 4th. But yeah, it would be nice for the number 2 spot to enjoy something more than kasi may rust factor din, diba? Like you don't want
complaint of UE and other people proposing a rule change back then was the number 1 seed had too long a wait. That there was a rust period that was proved disadvantageous to them. My question there now, is it a matter of scheduling? Is it a matter of scheduling to fix that issue of rust where the number 2 will have they have to play back to back going to the finals? Is that one solution for you, Vic? Or do you have other thoughts on the tournament format?
Sige, yung dun muna sa yung current format pag may sweep. Sa akin, agree ako na factor yung scheduling. Kasi din parang ang nangyari noong 2007, may panahon na weekend yung mga games walang weekday game.
Weekdays.
So din yan siya. So agree ako na I think it's a scheduling matter. Kasi okay naman yung format kung titignan mo kasi I mean, it's simple. Kung ayaw ng UE ng ganung format, di nagpatalo sila ng isang laro, di ba? Kung ayaw nila ng ganung format. But then, having said that, I think it's just fair na knockout yung I think kasi valid sa akin, valid din naman na kung ang paglalabanan mo ay twice to beat, dapat ilaban mo siya. Hindi rin ako papayag na true quotient lang siya. Ilaban natin kung ang if what's at stake is a twice to beat advantage. So naglaban naglaban muna playoff for twice to beat, tapos naglaban na yung 3 and 4. I think hindi naman din siya ganun katagal kung titignan mo kasi playoff yung 2 is greater than 3. Tapos yung mismong
3-4
tapos yung mismong yung 3 and 4 yung 3 and 4 naglaban, tapos yung that's I think 3 games lang naman yun 3 games lang yun na dagdag bago nag-finals.
Possible 4 kasi kung manalo yung sa twice to beat, yung lower seed sa twice to beat, una 4 games, Vic. Diba? 2 versus 3.
Tama.
So maximum 4 games.
So pwedeng 4 games pero
4 maximum.
Pero kung weekday, weekend, weekday at most weekend at most 2 weeks kang nakapahinga. Yun yung lang naman, 2 weeks ka lang nakapahinga. I think hindi ka naman ang lang doon is yun yung rule So I think ang pwede mo namang gawin doon, maghanap ka ng makaka-tune up mo ng mga pro team, semi-pro team, just to keep yourselves kayo, mga game shape kayo na nagpapapawis pa rin kayo kahit 2 weeks kang naka-rest.
Or para walang rust, yung semifinals 2 p.m. just play the finals at 4 p.m., di ba? Back to back.
Parang billiards lang Pero medyo torn ako na ibalik yung sweep automatic champion.
Yun nga, I
Medyo
was
ano ko
gonna
dun.
ask it. Kasi diba, parang
Actually,
I was
that's
gonna ask
that's
Vic if it feels right to award the
Na
championship outright.
na Naabutan ko na yan siya nung 93 eh.
Yeah.
And what I liked about on that format was when nung si UST na sweep niya yung first round, yung second round parang it was treated like a championship game nung other seven schools eh. So talagang binabakbak nila si UST every single time kasi ayaw nila na ayaw nila na ma-sweep ni paano to UST yung elimination round. So ako to be honest, medyo torn ako na I'm okay with if you do 14-0, champion ka na kasi
The
you beat
question
everybody
is,
else
kailan ba
eh. Ano
nilinis?
pang 1994 nag-start ang Final Four. So after UST swept the tournament no 93, nag-sweep champion
Tinagarin
sila.
na nila.
The next year nagkaroon
Yeah.
na ng Final Four format.
number one complaint or number one number one opposing view dyan will be from the TV broadcaster. That's what I can see.
Yes.
Kasi about the
Correct.
number of games. They would want
Oo
the play of
naman,
games.
oo.
That's
Or-
number.
Or
Yeah.
Just shows how-
magkakaroon na ng mga conspiracy na the TV people fix the game so that hindi mag-stream.
Just shows how hard it is to be a commissioner considering the broadcast, schools
Ang
preferences,
dami mo
right?
ang
Ang daming stakeholders.
ang ang dami mong stakeholders eh.
I
Yeah.
suppose this is symptomatic to the UAAP's rise din kasi for example,
Oh,
if XCA or another tournament has that format in place diba? Or that rule in place, parang they wouldn't mind kasi like wala masyadong magrereklamo for the
Yeah.
opportunity loss.
Correct.
I remember the old format though before my time was really if you winner of the first round versus the winner of
Yes.
the second round. League
Yes,
style.
yeah.
If you win both, you're champion. If there's
Yeah.
different winner for round 1, round 2, you both play
Final.
off in the champions. That's the league style. That's fun.
Yes.
That's something that's interesting. But maybe that's the best of both worlds. What Vic was saying.
Para kahit nag-finish ka ng 8th place dun sa first round and like the second format, you can sweep it naman and then you can make it to the finals.
Yes.
Yeah, and that kind of makes sense. What I like about that is it's weird for a player for me to have I was going against my point earlier, pero in an 8-team league, when you have a Final Four, only 4 teams get eliminated. 4 teams go into the Final Four. Because of the eliminator, the quotient, yeah, it's the ratio there isn't equal. So maybe going back to changing my point about the tournament format. Maybe that's something we should do. The first round winner, second round winner face off in the finals. If you sweep both rounds, you're automatically the champion. If that's something.
Or if you're both, let's say, dominate 6-1, kahit matalo ka, you don't even have to see it, diba? Like, you just have to be the best team at both times.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yes.
Okay. But guys.
Ang term pa dyan, Kicks, I do recall ang term pa dyan, pennant eh. First round pennant, second round pennant. Yun yung...
Parang
Parang
baseball
baseball.
lang.
Yes.
Very
Yan ang term dyan dati.
The win the pennant. All right. That's nice. Oh nga, that's a cool term. Medyo foreign na yun sa ngayon. But yeah, you're right, Vic. That's how they call it. But you know what, guys? What should be a rule that UAP should implement that whatever your business is, for any LPG needs, should turn to Blue Fire LPG. That should be a standard rule.
Yan.
For all your commercial needs, cafeterias, offices, restaurants, contact Blue Fire LPG on social media for all your LPG needs. All right? That's only Blue that's right for you. Okay.
Yes.
And
Amen.
anything for another rule is if you want to put something on your skin, don't just put anything. It has to be Sabi skincare. For younger, rejuvenated skin, check out Sabi Skincare on social media. I'll also thank Ibarra Manila for the support. Check out on Ibarra Manila on Instagram. Guys, next rule. Okay. We've done tournament formats. Now let's get into the greasy, dark side of UAP. Talking about eligibility, transfer, FSA, and student contract rules. All right, let's start off. I think we start off first with FSA rules, foreign student athletes. So historically, there's a time you were allowed 2 foreign student athletes but couldn't be on the court at the same time. We went to 1 foreign student athlete with the current rules. NCAA to the way with theirs. They don't allow any foreign student athletes on their basketball teams. First, Vic, should there be a change in the foreign student athlete setup of the UAP?
Wala. Happy ako sa isang
Okay.
FSA kada team. I don't think it will hurt a local Pinoy or Phil foreigners chance to get into that lineup. I mean, if you're good, you're good. But having kasi I think ulitin ko na rin to. I think na pag-usapan na rin natin to. Hindi naman tayo kumukuha ng FSA na guard wing kasi ang dami natin yan sa Pilipinas We are getting centers na 7 feet. That's what we're getting. And getting used to playing with those guys mas madali ka nakaka-adapt when you go international na talagang mas malalaki na yung mga players that you face pagdating mo sa mga FIBA level na mga or even pag nag-pro ka sa B-League sa KBL, at least hindi ka na magugulat na may mga ganyan palang 7-footer na bigs
Yeah.
that you'll get to face in the tournament.
It raises the level of competition, right?
Yes.
For the student athlete. How about you, Brian?
Nabanggit natin yung diba? The prevailing rule before na 2 foreign student athletes but cannot play at the same time. But they can play in the same game. Diba? I think that
Yes.
was the rule for
Yes,
Not for the same time.
ako. Ang
Yes, pre,
gagawin ko
bawal lang
lang
sila
na change
sabay sa
doon. Yeah, ang gagawin ko lang na change doon is a roster can have 2 foreign student athletes but only one of them can be eligible at 1 game at a time. Parang ganun. So you will
So
you will state it.
pipili ka.
Parang kunwari, we have Nuanco and Agunane, hypothetically, both are available this season. Then sabihin mo, oy, FEU kalaban, okay, maybe Nuanco is the better fit. Siya lang yung eligible, so si Agunane sit out. Then maybe UE yung kalaban, you want someone Agunane naman. So parang,
Pero okay yan, okay ako dyan.
thing in mind. I mean, kasi diba right now, we see some schools, they have multiple FSAs. Kahit tayo, we have multiple FSAs we can call on if we want to. The thing is, you enroll them in their program and then they get benefits then. Parang give them a chance. So at least have 2. Pero the condition is they cannot play in the same game. So if you only have 1. At saka parang ma-safeguard din yung nangyari sa NU last season. Remember, that's the biggest one of NU, diba? At least kung na-injure yung isa, okay, isa na lang talaga yung magiging FSA na. Pero
So,
insurance ka pa. Without having that, yung sinasabi nila na ni eligibility protection na pag na-injure in the first game. I think that's another thing they can revisit, but at least for me, having to at least could complement the prevailing na rin naman na every team has an FSA can sharpen the bigs and the wings that we have in the league.
it's up to the school's risk if you want to waste a roster slot on a FSA that you might not use. It's really up to you if you want to take that risk or not. It's another burden on the school. Remember there's this Asian Games once where that's what they did for the national team, where it was Stanley Pringle and Christian Sapardzinger, they could play 1 a game, right? Those were the Asian Games that I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So something like
Kasi
that.
hindi sakop ng FIBA eligibility ang Asian Games.
Yeah.
Kaya both Stanley Pringle and Christian Stan Hardinger were able to play for Pantoy Gilas. Pero
hindi sabay, if I remember correctly. Not in the same game, right? Not in the same game, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I think that was the case.
Ang naalala ko, they were both in the lineup, tapos pwede silang pwede silang ipaglaro. Parang gano'n.
Yeah. slight counter, and this goes back to the 2007 issue with Jai, incoming commissioner. Oh, not Jai. Jai was taken out, was patrolling the game for Kirk Long, and Jai not there. So Jai knows this situation very much. In the first front row seat to that incident. I don't like when there are rules that mess with what a coach can do on the court. For exam, because that puts the burden on the referees and the coaches to monitor a rule. Whoever 16 can go in and out as they please. That's what I think. So I think for the 16, for that 16 coach have free hand to what they can do. So just keep it at one. I'm open to the idea of Brian of having a switch and that injury, that for that injury safety issue. Should there be a
Kicks.
rule change? Yeah,
Ano pala,
go ahead.
tawag to, before we jump to the next natin,
Yeah.
tawag to category, bigla ko lang naisip, what if gawin ng permanent yung we call COVID reserves? Di ba dati
Mhm.
meron tayong,
Yeah.
may seasons na meron tayong COVID reserves, meaning,
Yeah.
pero I think we have to revise it kasi naman wala naman ng COVID. So,
Yeah.
Hindi
Ah,
na siya due to COVID reasons.
parang ibang
Mm.
na siya, pero pwede ka magpasok pa, pwede mong palitan yung player na yon, part dun sa reserves mo, tapos magkaka-take effect lang siya sa eligibility if you play 4 games pataas.
Yeah.
Pero if you play only 3 games, hindi siya dapat magkaka-take effect sa mo. It won't be counted against your eligibility, parang ganun.
Okay. That's also a good idea. Yeah. And one more thing in the FSA, maybe if we don't change out the rules in the current, should we change the rule in how we view FSAs? If they spend 4 years of high school here, should they count as locals, or should they still be considered FSAs? Let me quickly on that one. Maybe Vic, any thoughts on how we should change that, or keep it the same?
Hindi kasi ngayon naman sa current rule, pagka yung pag yung FSA dito nag graduate ng high school, wala na siyang pang residency, di ba?
But
Pagdating
should
ng
be considered a
seniors.
local or FSA pa rin siya?
Pero
That's the
ang-
question.
ang-
More
ang-
of that.
No.
Yeah.
No. Hindi pa rin.
No, FSA pa rin.
Ah,
Okay.
I think
FSA.
ang exception
Yes.
lang dyan is if i-consider siya ng SBP or ng FIBA as a local. Eventually.
Mm.
Like,
Ayoko pa rin. Kasi
I think
kasi
it
imagine mo,
goes
halimbawa,
goes
si
back to
Kuwabe.
our
Si
Oh, go
paano
ahead, Vic.
Kuwame
Go ahead.
maging local si Kuwame. Tapos pa sila, pwede pa sila kumuha ng import ulit. Yan tayo
Yeah.
nun.
Going back to our rules, going let's say how we should stick to FIBA rules, right? If they get a passport before 16, we shouldn't honor the FIBA rule. They should still be considered as a foreign student athlete. That's what we're saying.
Yep.
Because I can imagine knowing how some of these basketball teams work, they're gonna get have 12 FSAs at 12 years old.
baka
diba?
dumami, baka
Yan
dumami
mangyayari yan.
dumami foreign exchange students sa UPIS bigla.
Yeah, that's how I see it.
Oo, dami
Okay,
yan.
guys.
Dadami yan.
Next topic. All right. Eligibility, transferees, and residency. Okay. Brian, start with you.
Hindi ko na ulitin yung sinabi ko from the previous episode. So, ang iniisip ko na lang sa eligibility is, may sinasabi sila ngayon about shortening. Hindi pa siya natutuloy. So, yung shortening the standard college tenure of an English student, I think they're pushing to become 3 years na lang, diba? From the
Yeah.
usual 4. So, sa Lasal, it's usually 3.5 to 4 na naman. But maybe that would be less. But I think yun yung bottom line. So, baka maapektuhan yung residency. So, instead of a 5-year timeline, baka eventually maging 4-year timeline siya. So, with that in mind, kung magiging 4 years na lang yung residency, I think yun, for residency to be 4 years yung tenure ng student sa college. I think pwede ng magkaroon ng lenient yung redshirting deduction. Like, enough na siguro na hindi na i-count yung transfer year mo, yung transition year mo sa eligibility mo. Kasi parang alam ko deterrent siya, pero at the same time, parang pag binag-bar mo siya, tapos that's already 1 year taken away. Then, diba? It's not a guarantee anymore na nako-complete na din naman yung 5 years. So parang redundant yun. Like it's not it's not for the athlete's welfare. Or, diba, parang prohibitive siya to one point na pabor sa school, pero pabor ba siya sa athlete? So that's something that if mangyari man yung transition from a 4-year to a 3-year college tenure ng average student, sana tanggalan na nila yung eligibility deduction pag nag-transfer ka from a UAP to state.
Alright, how about you, Vic?
Ano ba to? Hindi ako hindi pa ako maka-decide fully eh. Ang dami ko naiisip eh.
Dami
Na
talaga
ano eh,
how the
na
things are going.
Oo eh, 'di ba? Parang ang dami mong pwedeng
Kasi even the UAP board keeps revisiting this kind of
Yes.
thing.
Maybe that's what they're going through. Ano ba pwedeng pag-uwi this year? Ayan, sa every off-season.
'Di ba? 'Di ba? 'Di ba? Bira, parang
Sige, I'll start. Yeah.
Sige.
We discussed this before. I want to lower the maximum age in
Agree.
the UAP.
Agree.
25 is too much for a college
Agree ako
student.
dyan.
If you're Van
Agree
Wilder ka
ako
na nun
dyan.
for you know that movie. Van Wilder ka na if you're in college at 25. Maybe 23 years old should be the maximum in terms of your stay in college. How about you, Vic? Anything? Throw out one or two rules that you have in mind or you're brewing.
Yun. Hindi, ano yun, okay ako dyan na i-lower talaga yung age limit kasi under normal circumstances, 25 years old, abogado ka na niyan eh. Pagka yung dire-diretso,
Or
pagka
Yeah.
nagdire-diretso ka nag-aral, abogado ka na niyan or doctor na wala pang yung ano ka lang talaga, yung parang
pumasa ka pa lang
tawag dito, yung
ng PRC
general
licensee ka pala. GP.
general physician, parang ganon, di ba?
Ah.
Di ba?
Yeah.
Parang andun ka pa lang, di ba? So parang
Yeah.
hindi ako comfortable na ang taas masyado ng age limit sa UAAP. So,
Yeah.
agree
That
ako
might-
na i-lower talaga siya.
That might deter transferees too for the age of 22, 23. It's like, will I waste a year sitting out a transferring and I only have until 22 years old, right? You can max
Yeah.
out those years. And that's one deterrent. Anything else, Vic, on your mind? There's of rules.
Actually, not rules. Since tayo naman na yung commissioner, baka pwede na natin i-push mag-publish ng rule book.
Yes.
Pwede ba yun? Counted ba yan?
Pwede.
Pag ako yung commissioner, pwede ko i-mandate
Magna
sa
Carta.
BMD. Oo,
Tapos
pwede ko ba i-mandate sa BMD na may published rule book na for
Saka
everyone
PDF.
else to see? Para, di ba? Para ka na, di ba? If you want to check on something, pwede mo tignan, di ba?
Wala
Hindi ka
nang
na,
interpretation.
wala nang gray area. Hindi, I mean, Bri, kung meron kasi yung I think yung interpretation naman is another thing. Kasi it depends kung paano isusulat yung rule book. Kasi if
Correct.
you kung nag-take ka ng consti na subject on your sa college, the way our 1987 consti was written, kaya may mga trabaho yung abogado kasi hindi siya talaga eh. It's
Dahil interpretation.
lahat ng nakasulat sa consti is always up for an argument. Kaya it will all
Iba-iba yung
boil down
cases
paano
apply.
mo isusulat yung rule book ni UAAP. And I should say, I learned this from my college professors sa industrial engineering. Magsulat ka ng something as if ang audience mo mga walang alam. Para lahat ng detalye ilalagay mo para wala na silang tanong.
Yep.
So
It
it will
will
all
Yep.
diba? Kaya it will all boil down how you will write the UAAP, how will you write yung ipapublish na pang the UAAP na rule book.
Okay. All right. Last topic, guys, on the agenda. I guess this covers piracy as well. You can loop into this one. Student contracts and professionalization of student athletes. Okay. Brian, you can start.
Kailangan lang natin ng third party regulator, I guess. I mean, that's the thing that I can think about now. Kasi ang hirap mag-police na among ourselves eh. Kasi diba, let's say tayo, we have a budget that can surpass what anyone else can offer, but at the same time, we also have
Meron tayong budget.
tayo. Meron naman,
May budget tayo?
pero may ibang school. May ibang school na yung budget ng ibang facilities na pupunta sa ibang athletes.
Yung budget ng taong bayan? Yung budget ng taong bayan? Budget ng taong bayan?
Or ng simbahan. Let's just or yung hospital ng simbahan. Kaya sa akin
Uy,
siguro
wag,
kailangan lang ng framework.
Legit business kami.
Someone that can at least regulate it. Kasi alam naman natin na it's been happening. Alam mo yun, may mga schools na nagko-conceal or denial na ganito yung recruitment methods. But for us, mas mulat tayo. Alam natin na what we are doing is not something unique to us anymore. I think all schools have the capacity to offer something to an athlete. So siguro, aside from playing time, di ba, alam naman natin yung perks. And sometimes mahirap i-quantify in cash yung value of like a possession or a property. Kasi siya, fluid valuation yun. Parang player sa transfer market. So yun, siguro kailangan lang ng third party for me to oversee that. At least not to say na tama yun, but just to flag if anything may untoward. Parang kailangan silipin.
Here's my idea for that one, Brian. I think when the teams submit their documents for a certain player, ito yung lineup namin, ito yung eligibility documents niya, he's eligible for the lineup for this year. I think from now on, the UAP should require, here's my idea, the student university agreement to be submitted alongside those documents. Let's get out in the open, ito yung perks, ito yung allowance niya, ito yung kinumit namin, since it's happening anyway. Okay, the number one argument, I guess, is they just won't declare anything, di ba? Hindi na declare yung mga nilagay, di ba?
That's
But
my concern.
I'm not concerned about protecting the guys in the upper tiers na bibigyan ng their promise to the world. I'm worried about those lower tiered players, those guys who are 14 to 18 the lineup, who don't get the same perks, don't get the same promises. At least it gives them some protection that, hey, I didn't receive my allowance, it's on paper. We can't do anything about those guys in the upper tier because those will never be declared. But at least these guys from 8 to 16 na hindi ganun yung perks, say, hey, the school did not give me my promised allowance or meal allowance for can you demand it that the league can provide what the school promised? Can you demand the school to provide what they promised to me? So with that, it deters transferring or piracy because, hey, the school fulfilled their agreements, at least for those lower tiered players. At the same time, it gives a semblance of protection to these players, diba? To say, okay, this is what you promised me. It's on paper. It's with the league. You have to deliver to me what you promised. And example, the league said, oh, the school, you did not fulfill your promised scholarship, whatever, to the certain player. He can transfer without using any of his residency or transfer rules because you did not fulfill his promise to him. And up to the upper tier players, it's up to you if you want to declare all those perks. But if you want to, that's fine. But if it's out in the open, if I'm a player, that's my protection too. It's like, hey, put it on paper. I want what you promised me.
Hindi ako nabigyan ng concession sa Delimar.
Yeah, so I wanted it recorded. I wanted it recorded with the
Wala akong easy mart. Wala akong easy mart.
Yung franchise na promise nyo.
Wala akong easy mart.
Hindi dumating. Or wala akong Ferrari. Hindi dumating yung Ferrari ko.
Yung mall na promise nyo sa akin, I want it on paper because I want the league to know that you promised me this. So then at least that
Yeah.
incentivizes the
Siguro
players
lang,
to get early
if
on
if
paper.
I if I will add something to that lang, siguro the
Go.
school should also have the protection. Kasi alam naman natin sa Lasal, the players that we have sa basketball team, hindi naman school yung main benefactor nun eh. So I guess dapat
Yeah.
makasama din dun sa liability yung whoever chooses to back the team, like a consortium or a group of
Yeah.
high-level alumni.
Hayop.
Kasi baka mamaya sisingin lang ng mga
Consortium.
backer
Parang
yung
football team.
Mahirap yung kalaban natin consortium eh. Public-private partnership.
Yeah.
Tayo, private lang eh.
Private lang tayo eh. Kalaban natin,
Wala,
PPP
wala.
kalaban natin.
PPP.
Ayan. May official ayuda. May ayuda yan.
I like, ano,
Baka yung allowance sa ayuda eh. Ano yung allowance sa ayuda?
Pila kayo.
ano, four piece pala. 4 piece. Pero,
Alam mo, you know what,
millions.
Diba, ang lahat na they love putting their faces and thank you to bakit sa mga ayuda ng mga yun hindi nilalagay yung pangalan kung sino namigay.
This is where your taxes go.
Okay, how about you?
I like what Kiko said. Just to add, I like what Kiko said. Siguro yun lang, just to remove the school liability to the school, sama na din natin whoever, kailangan din transparent, whoever is involved. Para alam na din nila, wala na magde-deny. Like, sa atin, alam na natin kung sino nag-donate sa atin, sa kanila.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah. How about you, Vic? Any rules you like to implement to student contracts, presentation of the league?
I think it's not a rule per se, but siguro to complement yung rule na yan, I think, hindi naman complement, as yung maging resulta sa rule na yan on player contracts, I think it will finally open up yung, kasi nakakasawa na rin yung, nagpunta yan dyan kasi pera-pera lang. Totoo naman, pera-pera naman talaga. Hindi ka makakabuo ng winning program ngayon kung wala kang pera. Hindi ka, you won't be contending for a championship. That, in all honesty, yung mga nag-i-illusion dyan na ngayon lang na-involve
Fantasyland.
sa college and high school basketball na nasa Fantasyland kayo. Newsflash, di kayo magcha-champion nang wala kayong pera sa program nyo. Kailangan nyo maglabas ng pera. Kailangan nyo magbigay ng magandang allowance para yung players ma-attract nyo na magpunta sa inyo. I mean, secondary yung fit, yung culture, that comes. Pero if you don't offer pato competitive na allowance sa mga players ngayon, hindi yan pupunta sa inyo. It's a fact. Wala kayong, and I am sick and tired of para siyang taboo for how many years eh. I think it's about time na we set it free na it's a fact of life. Hindi na siya dapat tabuin. I don't want it to be a taboo anymore. We can always make fun of it, but we know, I mean sa atin at the very least sa atin sa Lasal, we acknowledge it na it's what we should do if we want to be a high level program. Yan yung talagang kailangan nating gawin. And yun nga, nakakapagod lang talaga na it's parang sama-sama mo pagka biglang si player A nagpunta yan dyan kasi laki ng in-offer dyan, laki ng binigay. Parang ang sama-sama mong tao na panto connotation ba? Parang ganon. I think ako personally I want to put an end on it kasi talagang ganon eh. If you can't offer something to a talent, pasensyahan tayo. Talagang ganun eh. Tease ka. 'Di ba? I mean, like kahit sabi mong amateur, it doesn't look like amateur kasi ang tawag lang sa sweldo is allowance, but it's life. Talagang ganun.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't go away with it.
And by doing this, you're protecting not just the university, right, from having their name. You're also protecting the players and their interest, their families' interest by making it everything more transparent, putting everything on paper. Any breach of contract allows you to move school or to demand this. Not even you can even ask agents to sign. So if your agent does something against the player's will, there's a legal protection for that player. Na,
Correct.
okay, dahil dyan, the UAP say this agent UAP players cannot sign with this agent. He is blacklisted from the league. Those kinds of protections.
Right, again.
I think
Yeah.
the league, as as the Quiver Commissioner team, I believe that more, and we've seen in the rules have been created, is more transparency, more openness makes the league make the league a better place for the universities, for the players, and for all the stakeholders in the league. So, guys, that's our Quiver Commissioner planning session adjourned. Thank you for listening. Let us know in the comments what are your rules, what are your agreement you want to implement if you were in the UAP commissioner, if you were that had the power to do it. So stay tuned for our next episodes. With Empower discussing the Philadelphia finals, I didn't know what happened. I don't know what happened there.
Wala,
No
tapos
news.
na yun. Tapos na yun nung
Meron ba?
2 weeks ago.
Wala. I think
Tapos na yun 2 weeks ago.
it ends when they knocked us out. I think the tournament just ends.
Yes,
That's how
of course. Of course.
that's the format.
Yes.
So we'll stay tuned for next week's episode as we build up for the Wolves and other news happening around the Green Archers and Lady Archers as we build up to the UAP season. We have me, Kiko, Brian, Vic. Thanks for joining us. As we always say, Animal Asal.
Animo lasal.
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 Uh,
Lasal.
Ganyan ba kayo? Ganyan.
Ah.
Animal Asal.